Hello everybody. People often ask me, why Trump? Why was President Trump elected? Now, obviously from a third dimensional perspective, he reflected the consciousness of the people and still does. He understands their fears and panders to the fears. And also he uses the mass communication method so that people feel that he is connecting with the people. This is something that they haven't had before, and everywhere worldwide, humanity is revolting against the people that have been in power everywhere. People want change. As the world rises in frequency, people will no longer vote in the Trumps. And of course, at that point, a president of the United States that is high frequency, working for the highest good of all, will step forward. And this will happen throughout the world. The right people are waiting to step into power. But at the moment, we are going through the period up to the new golden age, 2012 to 2032, and the period between 2018 and 2025 is marked as the time of turmoil. During this time, the floods, the fires, all the havoc of nature is increasing to cleanse the planet and to bring people together, because when nature does a lot of damage, the local communities all get together. Even big countries support little countries. This is going to increase until 2025. So the main purpose of Donald Trump being in place at this particular time during this period is to stir things up. I used in my newsletter the analogy of a cake. You take the ingredients, you put the flour here, the sultanas here, the sugar here. Everything is in its separate individual little piles. And then you mix it together. You stir it. And then you put it in the oven to bake it to become something completely different. And this is the exact process we're going through on Earth right now. There is another factor in Trump coming into power at this time, and that's to do with President Obama. Now, he was trained as a priest in Atlantis, and he was trained before he came into this lifetime for the specific role of being president. And his brief, his divine blueprint, if you like, was to bring America forward, to focus on America. But of course, we all have our ego, we all have our own personal desires, and he wanted to be a world president on a world stage. So he didn't focus on America, and so he didn't fulfill his contract. So of course, the next president to step in had to take over and, in whatever way he was capable of, work on the bit that the previous president didn't do. This is why Trump came in to focus on America. However he's doing it because that's part of the job. Now, President Trump is obviously a very complicated person, and people are sending him a lot of criticism and a lot of hate and anger. Now, if you send anybody criticism or thoughts of dislike or judgment of any form, you put psychic walls up to protect yourself. And this means you cannot hear. You cannot really open up to all the other possibilities that there are. So we've done many exercises in seminars, either where we have sung Donald Trump's name to him with love, just unconditional love and acceptance. and pretty well everybody sees him as a very small, frightened child. So remember, when you are thinking about him, don't send judgment or criticism. He's there because he's got a job to do at the moment, whether we like it or not, whether it's for the highest good or not. And the only way to allow something different to happen is to send unconditional love. Now, that does not mean to say you like what somebody does. It just means you accept them as they are. And sending that non-judgment allows the walls to come down and allows different attitudes, different decisions to be taken. So, we are going through this period of turmoil, and the best way of getting through it for the highest good of the whole planet and individuals is to focus on the vision. Stay centered and focus on the vision of the oneness that is to come about when there will be no separation, there will be no walls, when there will be an open door policy throughout the entire world. This is what the new age is about. And so, just hold that vision and stay centered, sending out as much higher light as possible, because that is the best and fastest way eventually of allowing the whole world to rise in frequency. And so I hope that these few words have given perhaps a few insights or different ideas about Donald Trump, and also about all the judgments that we all send out, so that we can change it and do our part to change the world. Thank you.